Sarge and Maynard are terrible. The Citizen's Guide to the Supernormal is the worst podcast ever.
The Citizen's Guide to the Supernormal.
Hello. We're live.
Oh, shit. And here I am with Bozo the Clown's dick in my face. It's been a long time since we've done this.
It really has.
Let's see. What's happened?
Oh no.
Did I go through puberty?
I don't know.
Your cat is desperately trying to climb the lighting.
Yes, yeah. So if the lights go out, then you know what happened.
Well, I think she's just a perfectionist, and she feels like it's a little off-center. That's all.
Yeah, she's trying her best, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have just told us that instead of vomiting on the floor first, but
It's got to be tough because she's only 6 months old, but she's already a perfectionist.
yeah, she has no real way to communicate any of that. But she figured it out.
You got a long way to go, kiddo. A long way to go. All right. So welcome to the Citizen's Guide to the Supernormal. This is a podcast / live stream dedicated to all things weird, unexplained, sticky, stupid, and uncomfortable. Like messing up the intro the first time you've done it in like 2 months.
You didn't. If you didn't tell anybody, nobody would have known. I covered.
See, that's the problem. Is I too am a perfectionist.
I mean, you
So-
saw it on the video, the jump, but you know, I mean, we've never really started this show in any sort of planned, smooth way. It's just,
No, we never do it smooth. We're always a little rough.
it's just like, are we actually recording? Oh crap! I probably should have peed first. And
I
since
did want to pee before we got started. So if you're following us on Twitter already, thank you. You should check out my Instagram, Sarge the Destroyer on Instagram. Or go to our YouTube if you're not watching on YouTube. That's Sarge the Destroyer on YouTube. You just type in Sarge the Destroyer. There's probably only one of us.
Yeah, and there's two of them watching over there. So we got
There might be another guy on YouTube with Sarge the Destroyer, but he just does crush videos. He just like steps on eggs wearing socks.
Staple Face is watching us on YouTube. What's up,
Staple Face. Hey,
What's
hey.
up, man?
Thank you. Thank you for commenting. And if you are watching on YouTube, you can jump in the live stream and say whatever you want, and maybe we'll read it on the air.
I'm just gonna tell you now on YouTube, it is not Sarge replying to you. It's me because it's on my screen. So.
Yeah, and also my hands.
Yeah.
Look, Ma, no hands.
Yeah, like I'm behind. I'm behind, hiding behind the monitor.
Also, feel free to introduce some fanfic erotica in the comments section if you're bored while we're talking. That might be fun, right?
Yeah, and whatever works.
Yeah, let's just get weird with it. It's a Sunday night.
Whatever floats your boat, or
Yeah, whatever blows your hair back.
yeah.
So tonight I thought we'd talk about some weird-ass fucking conspiracy theories. So, without further ado, buckle up, gang. Sarge has a story. The year was... I'm just kidding. So I found a bunch of conspiracy theories about space, and I thought they were so stupid we had to talk about them.
Oh yeah, dude, space. Let's go.
All right, well, so I'm going to soften the blow with the first one here. This one is pretty simple. Basically, this one states that in 1957... no, wait, is it...
18.
Okay, so Yuri Gagarin. You guys know who Yuri Gagarin is, right?
I've heard it.
Yeah, he's the first man who ever went into space. A lot of people don't know this, but Russia actually put the first man in space.
Yes, they did.
And by a lot of people, I mean
Sorry, that
anyone
wasn't
who...
Russian. That was Borat.
By anyone who didn't know, everyone who knows this, it's anyone who didn't go to like an ultra-religious school that teaches, young Earth creationism. So, for those of you who don't know, Yuri Gagarin was the first man into space. He was a Soviet cosmonaut, as they call him. But this theory states that there's actually like a bunch of dead Russian guys in space. Like Russia just kept catapulting them up in the air.
Just like floating around.
Yeah,
out
they
there?
were just hoping
Wow.
one would
Really?
stick. And you know what? It's honestly, of all the conspiracy theories I saw, this is the least crazy. It's kind of like the most plausible because Russia did have a history of shooting people up into space with no plan to get them back. There was a guy, Yuri Gagarin's best friend. He got shot up into space, and things did not go well for him, and he burned up on re-entry.
Ow.
His mother insisted, if he died, because she knew this was going to be a shit show, she insisted that he have an open casket funeral.
I mean, was there anything left?
It was a gross picture. The picture's out there if you want to see it. I'm not going to...
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. It's really disgusting. But yeah, it's basically like a really somber picture of these like Russian generals and all their regalia standing over just this like unrecognizable lump. It's really terrible. So basically what this conspiracy theory is saying is that there's like just a bunch of capsules up there with like dead cosmonauts just like zipping around Earth.
I think they may have been found by now if that was the case.
Well, the thing is though, like, one of the things I always say about conspiracy theories is like, why? Like, why wouldn't you just, why would the government want to keep that a secret? But in this instance, like, does NASA really just want to be like, there's a dead guy, there's a dead guy, there's another dead guy?
It'd be more like how in this case. Like,
Yeah. The thing is, though, the one thing that people don't really understand about space, and this is something I didn't know until very recently, is that things don't just stay in orbit forever. Like the moon.
They have to
Yeah.
eventually get back onto Earth.
Exactly,
And break
exactly.
into the atmosphere. So
Because the zero gravity that everyone talks about up in space is actually falling. So you're just falling constantly. And then they have the little like stabilizer booster engines that kind of...
put you back out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So things eventually come back to Earth. Like all the space trash that's up there will eventually, crash back into the surface.
Well, yeah, because Earth's gravity is pulling it back in.
Exactly. So as plausible as this theory is, I think at this point, most of those dead bodies should have come down by now.
Yeah.
But still, it's plausible. I would say it's plausible. Slightly inappropriate. All right, so moving
that's
on.
always going to be inappropriate. I'm always going to use it because it's funny.
Okay, so there are people out there who don't believe the moon is real.
wait, what?
But did it's not real?
Oh, yeah. I went down a rabbit hole during COVID, and I found some crazy
What
shit.
is it, a fucking hologram or something? I mean,
Yep, that's one of them. Other people believe
Podcast
that the
over.
Earth is flat and then covered over by a dome.
Oh.
holy shit.
And then in the dome are these two light sources, the sun and the moon.
And some cameras for the Truman Show, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Well, what's interesting, so here's why a lot of these people believe this nonsense. So if you take a glass of water and you bring it outside at night, and you put one glass of water in the shade and one glass of water in the moonlight, and then you take the temperature of the two glasses of water, the glass of water that's in the moonlight is sometimes colder than the water that's in the shade. And there's actually a good reason for this. The sun heats up the planet, right? And then at night, the heat dissipates, heat rises, and areas get colder. But the thing is, sometimes that heat gets trapped under shade. And so that heat will be there and kind of warm up the glass like 1 or 2 degrees.
Yeah.
But these galaxy-brained morons think that moonlight is actually cold.
Oh.
And that's what... So I'm getting off on a tangent. I knew what was going to happen. So these people believe that there's no moon.
That's no
moon. But yeah, there's people out there. You can look it up on YouTube. There's a guy called SciManDan who has like a whole show dedicated. He calls it Flat Earth Friday. And he just posts videos from these like flat Earth nut jobs and the crazy shit they believe.
Wow.
Yeah, he's very entertaining. He's English, and he's got a very funny way of saying things. There's another guy called the Creaky Blinder. He's really funny. There's a former flat earther. He used to go by Ranty, and now he's kind of come back to the globe side, and he like talks about his his journey into it and everything. But all these channels are great to watch on YouTube. But the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is there are people out there who are grown adults who, as far as I know, have not experienced any head trauma, yet they somehow believe that the moon's not real.
I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
We saw it.
Can you explain tides? You know, like, how did tides work without the moon?
Like, that's a lot of effort into a hologram.
There's a lot going on there. And what's
Not to
funny
mention
is,
we landed on it.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's a whole kettle of fish there. You know,
Yeah,
people,
see the previous episode.
people
we
do
did
not.
That, we
yeah.
did episode. That's an early episode.
That's episode 1.
That was the first
It's
episode.
the first
wasn't
episode.
It? Wow.
We did the moon podcast, and
Wow, it's all coming back.
yeah. So anyway, on the opposite side of that, so you got the crazy. There's no moon, and then you go crazy in the other direction, and there's actually a base on the moon.
Yeah.
So you guys know the moon is tidally locked, right? So that's why we always see the same
Yeah.
face of the moon every time we see the moon.
That's why Pink Floyd wrote the album, because it's,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
speculating on the other side.
What's really funny about that,
Dark Side of the Moon.
you know, I'm not actually smart enough to talk about this at any great length, so I'm just going to skip
well,
past it.
No, because so wait, we only see one side of the moon.
Yeah,
I'm
we all-
going to sound like an idiot here. I
No, that's
apologize,
okay. That's okay. So you always see the face of, the man on the
Yeah.
moon, right? We only see that side of it
But, oh, really?
because the moon is tidally locked with Earth. So as the Earth rotates, the face of the moon stays with the Earth.
So it does rotate, but because of that, you're only seeing.
Yeah, I mean, so when it's tidally locked, and this is actually kind of common in our solar system, there's, I want to say, like 11 or 12 moons from other planets that do the same thing. But Mercury, for instance, is tidally locked with the sun, so the same face of Mercury is always facing the sun.
Okay.
And so the moon does that to us. What's interesting is these guys believe that because of that, because we can only see the face of the moon, there's actually a base on the back of the moon.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, again,
I like that one though.
let's forget
I don't
everything
believe
we
it,
know about
It's a fun.
space.
It's a fun one though.
Yeah, it's fun.
You can't disprove it.
It's like
well,
your secret, the moon's secret fort. No humans allowed.
I love it. But the thing is, there are pictures of that side of the moon.
Well, I'm sure a craft. I mean, if we're taking pictures of Jupiter in
Yeah,
detail,
yeah.
like somebody went around the other side. And was like,
Exactly.
oh, look at that.
I think it was actually just recently. China has a probe up there just spinning around. But these people believe that on the opposite side of the moon there is a base, and that there's like secret recordings from NASA of like astronauts going like, "Oh, guys, we're not alone up here." Most of that is like jokes and
that's-
things that astronauts said as like a joke, and then everyone took it seriously.
Yeah.
Like that Christmas Eve when the astronauts were like, "Oh, we're not alone up here," and then they say it's Santa Claus, and it was kind of cool. Yeah, so people believe that there's a secret base on the moon, and some people believe it's a base operated by human beings. Some people believe it's a base operated by human beings who are actually Nazis.
Oh.
And instead of
we
instead of
touched on that
escaping,
in the
the
episode
Nazi
too,
moon
yes.
base, right?
Yes.
Nazi moon base.
They made a pretty good movie about
I like
that
to think
too.
there was like a resort up there instead.
Yeah.
You know, like an extraterrestrial kind of resort. Like, oh, welcome
Yeah.
to Moon Resort.
It's like
you know?
sandals on the moon.
It's like
Sandals
a
on the
spa.
moon.
It's like a spa, and there's like scales everywhere because you weigh less on the moon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there's like basketball courts because now even
Yeah,
white
you
men
can-
can
you
jump.
Yeah, you can dunk on like a
Ah.
20-foot net. You're like, what's up now?
Yeah, it's amazing.
In slow mo. JJ on the YouTube says, after listening to flat earthers trying to understand them, it appears the whole point has nothing to do with the shape of the earth, more to do with the distrust of the government. Long ass way to make a point, though.
Yeah. They're going a long way for a very simple answer of I don't trust the government and I think the world is round.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe in nonsense to not trust the government. I mean, they're kind of terrible.
And Stapleface says there's another conspiracy theory that some missing kids are really on the moon.
So that's
Ooh.
actually good. I've heard that. There's also a theory that, and we won't get into it because it's very, very, very involved.
Too much.
But they believe that some of these kids that are going missing are actually being brought to Mars to
Oh.
operate a military installation on Mars. And then they use this like thing that they have to de-age them and bring them back to Earth.
Go again.
It's like a whole thing. I can't even...
Get your ass to Mars.
What you need to do in order to get into these theories and fully grasp them is smoke as much marijuana as you can find.
And watch Total Recall a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, like however much weed you have right now, you need 10 more pounds at least.
I am Doug the Squid.
All right. Okay, the Illuminati.
Oh, God.
This is my favorite because it's so silly.
This is a space one?
Yeah.
All
So-
right. I get Illuminati everywhere.
The theory is that in the 1950s, aliens came to Earth and met with President Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh. In the Oval Office?
Who is the greatest president in American history? Dwight D. Eisenhower.
He had the best name, that's for sure.
Well, that was a Married with Children reference for
Oh,
those
okay.
of you who got it.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thanks, Al.
The
eyes
movie Men in
itchy.
Black briefly touched on this, where American officials met with alien greys and they came up with a treaty that was basically like the aliens can take whoever they want and test them. Just don't go to war with us or something like that.
Be like,
So-
look, you'll kick our ass. Just don't.
Exactly. So this theory goes a step further and says that the Illuminati's involved.
Wow.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, the Illuminati completely invented by a guy who wanted to sell books. Totally made it up.
Dan Brown?
That's not fair to say. There was an Illuminati type group, but it was literally just like one of those what's the word I'm looking for? Like it was a fraternity, like the Masons.
Yeah. Oh, the cat has entered the live stream.
Oh, hi Pammy. You part of the
What's up,
team
dude?
now? She's gonna be a writer on the show later. She grows up a little bit. So anyway, the Illuminati, yeah, they're the ones that they're trying to control us, which is a great blanket excuse for why no one knows about all these things, because the Illuminati's trying to control us. That's why.
Oh, yeah. No, they are. Yeah. Hey. Stop it, cat.
You don't like a performer? The Illuminati made him famous. Hello.
This cat is like, there are so many people and wires in here right now.
She's like, there's so many things I need to tear up. There you go. All right, see you later. So yeah, the Illuminati is a good one. So I was at the gym, speaking of secret societies, and there was this old man there. It was very early in the morning, and this old man is always naked.
Did he play one?
So the old man is standing there, and he looks over at me, and I'm putting my mask on, and he's like, "Goddamn Luciferian Masonic conspiracy."
What?
Masks
Oh.
were a Luciferian Masonic conspiracy.
He said that directly to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like I think he saw my tattoos and was like, "This guy's down. He knows what's up."
Oh,
I was
jeez.
like, "No, I
You're
just
like,
enjoy
no, I'm
tattoos."
not.
I didn't have the heart to tell him that I'm a third-degree master mason, so I was just like, "Oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna go lift weights and get away from you." But yeah, that's a thing too. I looked it up afterwards, and they honestly believe that the masks are part of this like grand satanic ritual that we're all participating in unwillingly.
Dude, you're a Mason? My whole,
Wait.
walkway's been all screwed up this whole time. You could have been helping me this entire time.
Different kind of mason.
Wait.
I think the Simpsons episode was probably the most accurate portrayal of us. And then we all sit around and drink alcohol.
Yeah. What did they call the club, though? What was it?
The Stonemasons, I think
Ma-
it was.
All right. So
Yeah.
it was Masons, okay.
But no, like I was like kind of laughing about it as I'm reading about Masonic conspiracies, because I'm like, if you knew what goes on at those meetings, you would be just as bored as I was.
They just kind of hang out and
It's
drink,
just a bunch of
just like
old-
we're doing now.
Like you do like a meeting, there's like ritual, but the ritual's nothing like satanic. And then afterwards, you go downstairs and you drink alcohol and smoke cigars. That's all you do. That's Masonic meetings.
It's just a gentleman's club just to hang
That's
out.
exactly it. We're gonna skip Roswell. It's fucking stupid.
Aliens.
Planet 9/Planet 10 when Pluto was around.
Oh, I remember Pluto.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's still there, but,
So this theory states that there is another planet way out in the solar system, and it's got a very weird orbit. And so when it gets to its nearest to Earth part of the orbit, it's actually going to wreak havoc on our nation.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to cause earthquakes and volcanoes, and there's going to be what else did they say? Oh, so some continents will sink and others will rise. Like this is what happened to Atlantis.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
try that on for size. So dumb, so dumb.
Wow.
So all those chicks that are those Scorpios and moon.
Those
what
are
is
the
it?
ones,
Those
yeah.
the Mars retrograde shit. They're really gonna get fucked up, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
Like their brains are gonna explode.
Actually, funny story.
My
So
brain.
when the constellations were originally created, or not created, but you know what I mean, like written down and assigned personality traits. Those constellations were at the months that we associate with them now. However, over time, the Earth, I don't know exactly how it works, but like the Earth's orbit changed or whatever. But the bottom line is those constellations are now like further ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, I was born under the Capricorn sign, but in real life, I was Sagittarius because when I was born, that's the collection of stars that were overhead.
So this 10th planet, because I still believe Pluto's a planet. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It is.
I know it's a virtual planetoid. Just leave it. Leave it alone.
a
Pluto
child
doesn't
of-
have
I'm
anything
a child
going
of the
for it.
80s, and you can't just do
You-
that.
yeah, you can't
can't
just take
can't
it
just
away.
Take it away from us.
Pluto was our planet, man. He was
Yeah.
a little
but-
guy.
Is that the planet that's shaped kind of like egg-like? It's not like exactly round.
Pluto?
No, the 10th planet.
Oh, I don't know.
Or is this just-
Actually, I've got the thing right here. Let me check. It's supposed to be enormous.
Oh, I'm thinking something different then. Yeah, no, because
And-
it's small.
So several
I think they
astronomers
would've
have said there's no
found it.
evidence of this planet. However,
It
there
had
was
to
a
be-
brief period of time where some, I mean, granted, I'm sure they were like kind of out there guys to begin with, but some astronomers really did think there was another planet out there.
Oh.
Yeah, they really thought there was like another planet way, way out.
It would have to have an orbit that's just so
But
absolutely.
what you were
crazy.
seeing is aberrations in the orbits of other planets that couldn't be explained, and so they thought maybe it was.
Well, yeah,
another
because
planet.
like Neptune and Pluto's
Oh.
orbits cross. Like there's
Yeah.
some parts where that's where Pluto's a planet for me.
Because I mean, if you
because
think
it's, know,
about how
crosses
vast
in
our
front of
solar
Neptune.
system is,
Yeah.
if you think about how vast the solar system is, if this planet has an orbit that makes it go around the sun every 10,000 years, and right now it's at the furthest point of its orbit, so it's, however long away, it's feasible to believe that we wouldn't have noticed it yet.
Or thought it was someplace else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
I
different
still don't believe it,
galaxy.
but it's, probably it's a little bit more believable to me than, say, a base on the moon or no moon.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more tangible, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
We got to give a shout out to Autumn who's listening.
Autumn.
Yeah,
My sister or the other Autumn?
your sister.
Autumn!
Oh, hi.
Best little sister in the world, guys.
That's cool.
Unless the other Autumn has the same last name as.
I hope
your
not.
si- Yeah, no.
There's one other Autumn that just started following me on Twitter, and it weirded me out for a second because she's also got blonde hair. All right. Face on Mars.
This one's
The face
funny.
on Mars. Oh, I think I know this one.
Yeah, the face on Mars. So the face on Mars is actually kind of like it's like a red herring. Or no, is that the right one? No, it's not a red herring. This isn't Clue. No, it's a great gateway drug. That's it. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, wow. I don't
So you
know.
got these people who believe that there's a face on Mars. Then they extrapolated that idea to look at all the rubble on Mars from all the pictures we get from the rovers. And instead of believing it's just fucking rocks, they believe it's a blown up civilization. Yeah, so that's what they believe. They've got video after video after video of it. And they're just taking pictures of Mars. And they're pointing to different things on the picture and going, see, that's a building. And you're like, no, it's a
dude,
fucking rock.
Yeah.
Like, I've
That's a
been
m-
hiking in the White Mountains. That's what rocks look like.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few myself.
Yeah,
and
you
they-
see like the
they don't
rocky
look like-
outcroppings. Like, yeah, it looks a little weird. Like maybe a rock that's got like a jagged edge because like a part of it broke off or whatever.
So what pictures are they looking at?
Just the normal shit that you get from the Mars rover.
It's like when you see stuff in the clouds
God.
and like there's a
Yeah.
bunny.
So it's not even
and-
like from like up above.
No, yeah, it's like the
I mean,
Mars
it's
rover
right
itself.
there. It looks like
Yeah.
a fucking rock. It's a
Yeah.
rock.
It's just pareidolia,
wow.
but like gone insane.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And so there's like these groups of people out there that believe that the face on Mars was like a monument. And that's why you can see it. And then they also believe that all the rubble on Mars is left over from the first civilization that lived there. However, here's the problem with that theory. I believe Mars lost its atmosphere.
Just go.
Okay. Mars lost its atmosphere 4 billion years ago, so sort of difficult for anything to remain after that.
I didn't know Mars lost its atmosphere. I thought it had something.
No, well,
I
it's
wonder if we
got
can
it's
get
got
Oh,
an
into
like
that
one
atmosphere.
that you could breathe in.
And maybe not its
Or
atmosphere.
human.
Maybe I said that wrong. Maybe it lost its magnetosphere, which stops the sun's radiation from like decimating everything.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's lacking something that. ours
Something like
doesn't.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it happened 4 billion years ago, and they were basically saying like these couple of different channels I saw were saying like nothing is going to last that long. Like we're talking a couple of Grand Canyons worth of time. It's just it's not likely.
Mhm.
But it like blows my mind because they also took a picture of that same face on Mars many years later, and it looks nothing like a face anymore. It's just a rocky outcropping. It was just how they took the picture.
It's
It
like,
kinda
it's
looked
like
like
the
a
old
face.
man in the mountain. Like he was an old man and now he's not.
I wonder.
He's
He's
just
a very
rock.
tall old man.
Yeah.
I wonder if these are the same people who looked at like in the 90s those magic eye books and like if they
Yeah.
just got really fucking pissed off. if
I
they
want to
couldn't
know
see
what
it.
they saw.
And like if they saw anything, and they probably didn't. They probably stared at it for like months at a time.
Dude, it's like Ethan
And they
Suplee
couldn't-
in Mallrats.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to get a collection of these people who believe in all these crazy conspiracy theories, and I want to show them one of those 3D image things and be like, what do you see? Because I guarantee it's going to be fucking great. It's a fucking sailboat. Like, no,
It's a
it looks
moon
like,
base.
looks like a sailboat, and he's like, no, it looks like Satan's cock. What are you eating? What is going on in your life? What is your diet like? All right. So there's one more, and this one, well, there's probably a million more, but this one kind of caught my eye. The Black Knight satellite. So the idea behind this one is that
I'm kind of scared.
there's a satellite that's been up in the sky for like well over 100-something years that was put there by aliens.
Oh, I don't like that.
And they
one.
extrapolated this theory from a single photograph taken from the ISS space station in 1998.
Yeah, but like if they did it before we ever put up satellites, wouldn't that have been like a glowing like, hey, what's that?
Well, I think their mindset is that we were so primitive back then that we would have just thought it was a shooting star or something.
Or like a planet or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
How
Here's
did
a
they-
kicker.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
Oh,
say.
well, how would they know like it was from 100 years ago? Was there like a date on the?
I think
like,
maybe like
Said like 1892 on it. Like,
yeah,
oh,
like circa
got it.
1892, like they put on the houses up here. You know?
Oh,
This
it's
is a wicked old one, kid.
Oh, it's a
Look at it.
colonial satellite.
I
Wow.
think it's like an ancient aliens thing where they're like, well, this guy wrote about seeing a wheel in the sky. It's got to be aliens. And it's like, no, dude, the guy was a sheep herder who ate some bad mushrooms and he just fucking saw
Yeah.
space for a while. Like, get over yourself.
Jeez.
No, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
So what the picture actually turned out to be is that an
Dust on the
astronaut was
camera.
working on the ISS as they were building like a piece of it or whatever. And like a heat shield fell off or something and it was
Oh.
like floating away and someone just was just like, look, you fucked up, Jim. And they like took a picture of it and that's it. That's what they, this one picture of like a very obvious heat shield. And they were like, oh, it's a satellite.
It was Jinx from Space Camp. Just
Yeah.
floating out there. Jinx love Max.
So I think the real problem is like all these conspiracy theories, I think it's a mixture of like people wanting there to be some mystery and like something special in life. But at the same time, I think it's also that people are giving themselves way too much credit mentally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I would never become like a flat earth debunker. I would never go debate flat earth people
Oh.
because I'm not smart enough for that conversation. Like, I was listening to some of these flat earthers talk, and I'm like, huh. I mean, I know you're wrong, but I don't know exactly why what you're saying happens. And then I'll like watch the debunker guy do it, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. My brain is too small to fully maintain that information, so it's cool that you say it, but I have no way to recall that. Like, there's very limited things I could pick up on, but like they'll talk about like the refraction of the atmosphere, and that's why you can see certain things that you shouldn't be able to see past the curvature of the earth. And I was like, lost, totally lost, done. I'd get crushed in a flat earth debate.
I don't think you would.
I think I would, because
I think that's just your brain saying,
Yeah.
Christian, stop.
yeah, like put
Yeah.
some limits on yourself.
Yeah.
Accept that you're probably a reasonably intelligent person, but you're not that smart.
They're just using big words. It's like, and I.
No,
It's
I'm
like
talking about the
politics.
debunking people. When they debunk these guys, they
Oh,
call
I'm
yeah.
misunderstanding you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you've got like the
Oh,
flat
okay.
earthers going, and I'm like,
Okay.
I know you're wrong, and you sound like an idiot, but I can't specifically explain why what you're saying right now is wrong.
Gotcha.
And then
Gotcha.
the debunker guy will come on and like go through this whole thing, and like it's super easy. And I'm sure like they did a little bit of research, but a lot of these guys are like scientists and physicists and professors,
Yeah.
and so they're genuinely smart people who've been studying this their entire lives. And I'm like, there's no way I'd be able to keep up with you.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Like, you win. There's no way I could do it.
Loki Larry says on YouTube that debating a flat earther is like the pigeon playing chess meme. Which it is. It's just
Oh,
very
I haven't-
true.
I haven't seen that meme.
Yeah,
Oh, I
what-
probably never mind. I probably have.
Basically, what is it like?
I got a laptop. Let me look it up.
I can't remember.
It was basically like if you do something with a pigeon, the pigeon's still going to run around and shit on the board like it won.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like they call it a Gish Gallop. What a lot of these guys do, because there was a famous young Earth creationist who was trying to like debunk evolution, and so instead of coming up with like a cogent point and defending it, he just rapid fired a bunch of things at you, and then whatever you chose to debunk, he would be like, well, what about this? You didn't talk about this at all. That means you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you gave me 4,000 things. I picked one. So that's what they do. They like throw a ton of things at you. There's one guy who's a real like total asshole, and you could tell like he doesn't even believe in it. His name's Nathan Oakley, and he'll just hammer away at like pedantic nonsense. He never has like a good argument. He just hammers away at the things you said or the way you said it.
Does he name call?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He, like,
see,
he's-
that's
yeah.
what
He's
it-
real
right.
big on like,
Sure.
and he'll like call you out for interrupting him, but then he'll interrupt you over and over again. And then if you interrupt him too much, he like mutes you. And it's like, well, yeah. But that's what these guys do. A lot of them are intellectually dishonest, and then you have like the true believers, and they're just so crazy you're never going to reach them. They have to kind of reach themselves.
Yeah. That's when you just have nothing to say and
Yeah.
you just go in circles.
Anyway, so those are my conspiracy theories. Does anybody have what about the audience? Does anyone have any great conspiracy theories out there? Give me a good one. I'll pretend to debunk it.
In the meantime, can we talk about how China just like created another sun the other day?
And another moon.
Like they just like talk about flat Earth. No, that thing was round. They launched it. They did launch another sun. They wanted to make like, was it Tatooine had 2 suns, right?
Yeah, I think they were just
Yeah.
trying to go for the
Yeah.
Tatooine look.
Yeah. They just like put this ball in the sky that was actually hotter than the sun.
You know what's funny though is that a lot of people in China, like, at least this is what I heard and read about, is that they wear these things called like face kinis when they go to the beach because it stops their skin from tanning, because they'd rather have like a fairer skin tone. Look it up, face kini. You'll see it on Google. It's basically like a mask. Like a woman's wearing a mask where just her eyes poke out because she doesn't want to get a tan on her face.
Oh, I mean,
So I feel like 2 suns would make that more difficult.
Yeah, that would make that much worse. Well, maybe
Oh,
this
I
is
don't
one
like
that
this at all.
maybe this is one that doesn't have any UV
Face
rays.
Keeney?
Yeah. So I'm glad I'm not crazy.
I mean, I would wear that like in, cold climates.
I
To
would
keep
wear
your face
that
warm, but
if I had to go back to Iraq. I would wear that.
Is
That
it-
Yeah.
oh,
that shit
It's
is
like-
hot.
Oh, like a bikini, but yeah,
It's
I
like a-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
Oh,
a balaclava almost.
What else was I looking up?
Oh yeah, like that's how I want to
Oh,
look
the
when I.
China's
That's how I want to look when
sun.
I go to the beach.
Yeah, they're just trying to avoid getting like skin
Yeah.
cancer and like dark tans and stuff.
Yeah, this is good, but we're gonna put this.
Meanwhile, I go out in the sun and I'm like staring at it, like, please give me a tan. I'm the whitest person on earth.
we're gonna attempt to put this on the stream just
Yeah, see if you can.
just so the people can see. You might see some of us in the background because I didn't resize it, but whatever, we'll give it a shot.
Or it's just gonna be one eye, one terrifying.
I don't know what's gonna happen here, but are you
omnipotent eye.
ready? Oh, oh yeah,
There
it
you
is.
go,
There's
the
there's
face
the face
Keeney.
Keeney.
Sorry for
Oh,
those
you
of
got it
you
on.
who are enjoying this on the audio medium.
Oh, wow.
You're really missing a look.
Yeah. Just give a good look right there.
It looks so creepy.
You can see my hand at the top. Hey, look at that face Keeney.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Wow.
it's so weird looking.
Oh yeah.
She looks like a bank robber on a beach day.
Give me all your money. I'm gonna go swimming. Just gonna throw it
No
up there
words.
again. Why
There's no
not?
words.
Open the drawer. Give me all your money, and you better have copper tone.
And that poor lady. I don't mean to make fun of you. We're making fun of the face Keeney, not
Yeah,
really
it's not
you.
her fault.
Yeah. Well, it kind of is because she's wearing it, but
Still.
we're not making fun of you.
She doesn't want to get skin cancer. It's a very
No.
smart move.
Sure.
It's just a
It's
very terrifying look. I feel like if I was
Yeah.
on the beach
yeah.
and there were a bunch of people like that, I would gather my valuables and hold them very close to me because they all look like bank robbers.
I mean, it's like in RoboCop 2 when they were putting on the sunscreen that was just blue paint. Like that's kind of what it looks like.
All right, let's see if anybody put up a conspiracy theory in the chat. I'm going to
Yeah.
debunk it right off the top of my head. Get ready.
Yeah, we got anything? Autumn says lizard people.
Oh, it's obviously fake.
They look like they're wearing a sausage casing. She was talking about the I'm only reading these like as they come in, but yeah, lizard people.
Lizard people's obviously fake because there's no warming rocks, and everyone knows that lizards need warming rocks.
Oh,
Oh, shit, tanning beds. Fuck.
yeah. Loki Larry says at the end
I
of a
played
black
myself.
hole's life causes a big bang in a new universe.
I love that theory, but it is also wrong because the Big Bang Theory ended and all we got stuck with was young children. Terrible show.
Oh yeah, we did. Wow.
Terrible show.
I haven't watched it, but it's fair.
I'm like, that kid's dad died in the show. He's supposed to die, and he's been going for like 8 seasons now.
I mean, yeah, no.
Hate it.
I
Hate it so
I
much.
got nothing there, but
The thing is, The Big Bang Theory, at first, when I first started watching, I was like, oh, the show's kind of funny. And then I realized that all the jokes were just them saying things, and then a laugh track happened.
yeah, I don't know why we're doing laugh tracks in 2022.
Because sometimes you have to tell people where the jokes are.
But that's sad. Like, you shouldn't. Like,
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing to the middle, though, like when you're doing a network TV show on like ABC, sometimes you really got to push them along and be like, that's why Jim always looked at the camera when we made a joke on The Office.
well, yeah, but that was, I don't know.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but Maynard hasn't been wearing a mask this entire episode.
What? Yeah, no, I haven't, because like I got a new setup here.
Look at this, maskless Maynard. How amazing is that? He's such a handsome guy. Show the people your pretty smile. There you go. Showing the teeth and everything.
Yeah, I got new glasses. But I got something in my eye. I can't like get it out.
I'm so easily
Ugh.
amused.
It's just stuck there.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, do we have any more?
I don't know, I like hiding behind the logo though. This is fun. No, I don't think so. No conspiracy theories there. Well, the cat's meowing.
All right, any questions from the crowd, or should we call it quits for the day?
But we could call it quits, but we're missing one thing that we do at the end of the show.
Are we?
Yeah, do we have any?
No, we don't. But only
What?
because it's very difficult to find dick news lately, because no one's allowed out of their house anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Like, people just aren't leaving the house and getting their dicks caught.
Let me see
in
if I can
things.
find us some interesting dick news. You'd be amazed at the things that come up when you type in dick news.
No, I'm
I
sure.
can only imagine.
Oh, ready? So I just typed in dick news. Here's what I got. Ex-Clinton advisor says there's a good chance of 2024 Hillary-Trump rematch. No, there is. So there is some dick news. This is the best.
All right.
Ready?
All right.
Man claims his penis shrank 1.5 inches. COVID dick is real, says Doc.
Oh, I heard this last
Oh.
week, actually.
Yeah. Imagine that. Your dick gets smaller because you got COVID.
Get vaxxed, people.
If that doesn't make you get the jab, nothing will. As if contracting COVID, this is from the New York Post, so take it as you will. If contracting COVID wasn't bad enough, a dismayed man now claims that he's lost a whopping 1.5 inches in the length of his penis. See, this is why I don't measure.
Yes, I mean,
I guess
people,
an
that
inch
could be
and a
the whole
half is
thing.
pretty noticeable, but I don't know why he felt this was necessary information, but he's like, I'm a heterosexual man in my 30s. So?
Still works the same way, bud.
So if you were gay, it would have stayed long? Like, I'm confused as to how this works. So what are you talking about? So he got, in July, he got COVID. But basically what doctors are saying is that COVID affects your vascular system.
Yes.
And so not as much blood goes in there, and then eventually, I guess, your little fella,
Yeah.
you Mr. Dillamond, your John Dillamond, shrinks because it's not filling up with as much blood as it used to.
I feel like he could just take some over-the-counter drugs for that sort of thing and maybe be back on track. I
mean, I think regardless,
I'm no doctor, but
I think regardless, this has created a fantastic excuse for all of us.
oh yeah, no, get vaccinated, boosted.
If anybody points and laughs at my like exposed penis, I'm just going to be like, look, I had COVID. And why?
Oh, Jesus.
And why are you
And
in
I
this
was-
fitting room right now?
And I was in the pool.
I had COVID. I was in the pool, and now it's cold.
All of the above.
Let's see what else we got. The latest penis news from the Independent.
Do they actually have
Oh,
a
this is
section?
good. This is so good. Huge Peruvian fertility symbol with giant penis attacked by vandals.
Oh.
Oh, they had to know they were doing this too. The statue was erected late last year and was attacked.
Nice.
Was attracting an influx of tourists.
Throw in penis jokes.
It was a 2.7 meter penis. Oh no, I'm sorry, a 1.5 meter penis. It was a 2.7 meter statue, 1.5 meter penis. That is more than half its height
Oh wow.
in girth. Good for you.
It's like a trash can.
Yeah, you're gonna.
It was a monument in Peru.
It had been put in place in the district of. I'm not going to say that word because I'm going to fuck it up. But it's in Peru's northern coast, and it's from a culture that existed from 150 to 700 AD, and apparently they were big fans of giant dicks. They celebrated them. And so you got this giant monster. Oh, somebody poked a hole right in it. Oh, that's so fucked up. Yeah, so they poked a hole in this giant wang. Now it doesn't work no more.
Is there a picture?
That's video.
Oh.
So it's it's a pain in the ass.
Well, that's too bad. I wonder if it's like the ones in. Did they have some in Germany? Where do they have them? The forest ones that we talked about on one podcast.
Oh man, we have slung so much dick on the show.
I know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, we
need
had the
to-
arm
we need
dick
to do
guy.
like
you know.
Yeah,
A
Hans
recap.
Dillerman, my favorite one.
Yeah, we do
Like
need.
a
To, yeah, we do need.
nostalgia
To,
podcast where we just pull all the good
just
ones.
dick news.
yeah, we could just go back and can you imagine the 30,
Like they do on sitcoms. They're like they just show you
39
clips.
episodes of dick news into one podcast? That'd be like 4 hours. We talk about dicks more than anything on
Brilliant.
this
Oh.
show.
So I
love
typed in
that.
dick news in Google and I got Andy Dick, latest news and breaking stories.
Oh no.
Oh, I
No
don't
one wants to know what
care.
he's up to.
No, thank you.
I would have said brown.
I mean, there's a lot of these videos that are, a lot of these stories that are just like, pilot creates penis in the sky. We're like, yeah, well, we know. Men injecting oil into penis, we already did that one. Guy lost his dick to flesh-eating virus. You got that one back. Remember the guy with the dick on his arm?
Yeah, I just said that.
That was
Oh,
actually
that was a nice
probably.
one.
Can we
my
get a follow-up
favorite
story
one.
with that guy? Like, is it still there?
Yeah.
Is it still in his arm? No, I think
Yeah.
he got it back. Yeah, no, that
Do a
was the
follow-up episode.
latest, really. Oh, wait. No, I got a good one. Metropolitan police officer keeps job after sending explicit photo to former colleague.
Oh.
Oh, that was weird. So there's an older lady, Jill Knight, police officer. Kind of weird to send her a dick pic. Like this poor woman, she's probably seen enough dick. She's like a cop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's 64 years old. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
she's seen a penis or two in her day. She was sent the picture. This police officer sent it to a former colleague and was allowed to keep his job despite being reported to the force. Oh, he sent it on WhatsApp. 5 months after she retired from the force, he sent her a picture. Imagine that. What if it was an accident, though?
Could have been.
I mean, like, maybe he was hanging brain for someone else, and she had a similar name, or he, I'm not judging, and then he accidentally sent it to the wrong person. I mean, worse things have happened. Jeffrey Toobin masturbated in front of his colleagues because he didn't know they were there. All this guy did was he sent his charcuterie board.
He pulled a Roman Roy at the board meeting, you know? He just like,
Ruined that for me. Thanks.
you know,
It's like my favorite snack.
He accidentally showed the world his dick.
go home and play with your dick.
So yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, okay. First of all, it's never appropriate to send your genitals to an unwitting participant. However,
Especially your dad.
if you didn't do it on purpose, if it was an accident, yeah, don't send your dick to your dad. We learned that from Succession.
Yes.
All right, any final statements from the crowd?
No, I think the crowd has had enough of us for
All
one
right.
night, but that's
That's
okay.
fair.
No, it's good. It's good. Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
listening.
you, everyone, for showing up.
We good listenership on the live stream tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
This will be up on the podcast tomorrow at some point. So thank you all, and have a beautiful evening.
Yes, all of you.
Do we just freeze and